Breece Hall.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Darnold now to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Darnold.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Here's Darnold.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Darnold to throw again.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Running right, Jones. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Aaron Jones.
37 yards.
And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Throwing is Rodgers.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here.
as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rodgers wants to change the look. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. They'll give to Hall. Brought down at the 20. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? They'll go again with Hall. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A handoff for Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jets have taken the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Now Darnold. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Rodgers now to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give to Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw, it's Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Back to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Now Hall. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Rodgers. This completes a Corley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 36-yard line.
They'll run. It's Hall. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Third down and 2.
They'll run with Hall.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. So they opted to run the ball there on third down on their side of the field.
I wonder if that was a called play, or did he check into it? And if he did, that took a lot of guts, because on his own side of the field, an obvious passing down, decides to run the football and they pick up the first down. Give that man a ton of credit.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He gets this to Davante Adams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a neat point there is they were able to connect. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 27. Back to the ground with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. They'll go again to Jones. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a third and long at the outset of this drive. Now it's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's Darnold. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. To throw is Darnold. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Back to throw, Darnold.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Up the middle, Jones.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
That is caught, and that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That's caught by Wilson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Rodgers to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw, Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Rodgers will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
Greg Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near.